Quincy Toastmasters 675 celebrating their 75th anniversary coming up on June 24th. And past President Suzette Standring is here, along with Mark Keene, the Vice President of Membership for Quincy Toastmasters. Welcome to both of you. Great to see you both.
It's good to see
Thank
you.
you, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah, pleasure, Mark, to meet you for the first time. Suzette, nice to see you again. It's been a little while, though, certainly. So we should start with a little bit of history about what Quincy Toastmasters is.
Well, it's it's part of the national Toastmasters International, and it's global, and the whole goal is to help people improve their public speaking, whether it's just speaking up in a group or talking before audiences nationally. But the fear of public speaking is very common, and so it really helps them practice and overcome their fears.
Sure. How does it accomplish that mission, and what are some of the steps to Toastmasters?
Well, we have regular meetings.
Yes.
So our particular club meets every week. Some other clubs meet once a month or twice a month, but they have small roles, like you give a joke, give a word for the day, you give a tip, or you will give a 5 to 7 minute speech. And during that meeting also, learning how to evaluate someone is just as critical and important, to be able to give a critique in a positive way.
Right.
And so each speaker is also evaluated by a person. So it's the full range of speaking possibilities.
How many members now in Quincy Toastmasters, even just roughly?
Yeah, we're up to about 45 dues-paying members, Joe, and I'd say probably in a typical meeting, we'll have anywhere from 20 to 25 or so attendees, which is a pretty good turnout.
Yeah. Where and when, Mark, to Toastmasters?
Sure. Every Monday evening at 7 p.m. We're at the 3rd floor of the library at Quincy College.
Okay.
So it's accessible. There's parking outside. Just a good, even if you take the train, you can get there really quickly. So we find it's a great location. President DeCristofaro, Quincy College, let us have that space about, I'd say, 2 years ago. Previous to that, we were down towards the Fall River Bridge, and you know the building probably.
Right.
I've never seen it, but apparently this is a really conducive area for holding about 35, 40 people in the library for a meeting.
Who can be a member of Quincy Toastmasters?
Absolutely anybody. Typically, we pull most of the regional people, Quincy, Boston, Weymouth, Braintree, that whole area, but all walks of life. We have doctors, we have teachers, we have salespeople, we have a good split, I think, between men and women, and it's really an open, diverse group. So it's really, that's part of the strength, I think, of our group in Quincy, is it's very diverse.
Some of our members, English is a second language.
Interesting.
And so they attend because they'd like to be able to improve their communication and feel more confident. So we really have a very, very diverse group.
Yeah, it's one thing to learn English, rote, just out of memory, but it's another thing to be able to use expressions and slang, and communicate on a daily basis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Two different skills, I think. Yeah.
And sometimes they'll be speaking very quickly in English, but they run their words together, and because they have an accent, it's a little harder to understand. So they really get a lot of help with pacing and better pronunciation and feedback. It's really very helpful.
Yeah, and it's a supportive group, right? It's not a critical group. It's
very
designed to help folks improve
It's terrific,
themselves.
We definitely have, when people come in for the first time, we want to welcome them first for being a guest. They can't have a participative role right away until they become a member.
Oh, all right.
But we seek their feedback during the course or after the meeting's over. But it's a very supportive group.
So we should ask, how does one become a member of Quincy Toastmasters?
Well, you can go to the Quincy website for the Toastmasters group to start, and then also go to the Quincy, actually the Toastmasters International site has a link to the Quincy Club too. And you just fill out a quick email form, and usually the VP of membership, like myself, or the president of the club will respond within a day or so to say, thanks so much for your interest. Please join us at the next meeting opportunity.
Okay, is there a cost?
I think it's $95 twice a year. So those are the rates. It covers everything for the membership. We do take a seasonal summer break. July and August we do not meet, but the rest of the year, September through the end of June, we have our regular meetings, except holidays.
Okay, Suzette, you want to add?
I wanted to add that Toastmasters have chapters globally, and if a person were to search a Toastmaster chapter or club near me, a lot of places would come up. And it's hard to know what club should I join,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So you should know that you can attend any club as a guest for free, and I think the rule is you can attend 3 meetings as an observer, and then you're going to be asked if you actually wanted to join or not. But you could go around and see if the culture fits you,
Yes.
if you like the camaraderie, the encouragement, the type of
Absolutely.
members, and we have a lot of people who come in and visit and end up staying.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
Do you know how do you yourself, Suzette, get involved with Toastmasters?
Funny enough, it was through Mama Charapu. She was a member, and we met somehow. I liked her so much, and she invited me. I didn't know what Toastmasters was all about. I thought it was only for people who wanted to become national speakers.
Right. Or, give a toast, right?
Well, I didn't know what it was, but I went to the meeting. I was so impressed,
Yeah.
and I realized that it really filled the bill for a lot of people on a variety of speaking issues. I mean, I've met. There was one attorney who actually fainted when she had to give a PowerPoint presentation the first time at her law firm.
Really?
People have such a fear, and so she wanted to be able to overcome that.
As an attorney, I would think that would be critically important, yes, so
Yes.
for professional experience. But how has that helped you on a personal level?
Interestingly, I've never really been afraid of public speaking.
Oh, all right, okay.
And I give writing workshops. But what I have learned from my husband's feedback was that I had a tendency to digress, and that I should be more concise, and that I shouldn't be offering so many points, maybe keep it down to 3 or 4.
Okay.
And so I thought, I think I need to join a professional group to learn how to be more concise and more effective in my presentations. And they really, they're different courses. They call them pathways.
Yeah.
And they address those very concerns.
Okay.
It's really helped me.
Yeah, it sounds like, though, you might initially at least have to kind of put your ego aside, right, and be able to take constructive criticism, helpful criticism.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I would say that in our club, people are so kind and
Yes.
they're so encouraging.
Yeah.
I have never. I've been a member since 2014. I have never witnessed anyone being mean.
Okay.
No.
So you're all there for the same purpose.
Yeah, we
right?
use the what's
Same
called,
goal.
Joe, the sandwich method. So
sandwich method.
You probably heard of it. Maybe it's you come out and say, "Terrific job doing your speech today. We really appreciated that."
Always start with praise, right?
But then you get to
Yeah.
the
the meat
maybe
of the
you
matter.
could just pause a little for effect. Maybe you could add a few, gestures, hand motion, whatever else. And then at the very end, we'd like to see this again. Give it a shot next time. We really look forward to your next speech. So kind of layer it in there with praise
Yeah.
and critique.
Using these recommendations for the next
Correct.
presentation, right?
Yes.
to
Right.
improve
So there's no
yourself.
question what
Yeah.
they think they need to work on. It
Well,
really
I mean,
helps.
just becoming a member, I think it indicates that you're at least open to improving, right?
Sure,
To
sure.
hearing
Absolutely.
those
And a lot of,
comments.
a lot of the members there, some have been 10, 20, 30 years
Wow.
with the same club.
Yes. Your
story, Mark.
And they just continue to come, but they become more, I think, maybe mentors
Yeah.
at some point because they've already maybe perfected their
Just out of the
level.
experience they've had, right?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. So they're a great resource too.
Yeah.
People have been there for a long time. We
Sure.
really appreciate them.
Tell me about your Toastmasters experience.
Well, I come from a sales and business professional
Yeah.
background and doing presentations in boardrooms a while back, and I would always have that pre-presentation jitters the
Sure.
night before.
The butterflies
If
and-
I was
yeah.
traveling, I would get no sleep that night in the hotel and just be totally panicked about the next day sitting in front of the CEO and the vice presidents and everybody else. I would get through it, muddle through it, but
Right.
eventually I got to the point where I said, I've only been a member for about 4 years, almost 4 years
Yeah.
now, since COVID.
Oh,
That was
all
kind of
right.
that time
Oh,
to think
interesting. Yeah.
and try something new. That I got more engaged with it. And I really enjoy the supportive atmosphere of the fellow members. But for me, it got me into teaching. Now, I'm a college teacher, and I have classes, 30, 40, 50 students in Boston. And it just changed everything for me. So, I mean, that gave me the level of confidence working with people like Suzette and the other members to say, okay, this is something, it's a work in progress,
Yeah.
but your confidence level definitely will be increased as you do it more and more.
Right.
Just keep showing up, as they say.
What do you teach?
I teach business, management,
Oh, I see.
entrepreneurship, classes like that
Okay.
in Cambridge. So.
And so... I mean-
And Quincy College, I'm on the adjunct faculty
Oh, you
also.
are?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think students would benefit from being in
Oh,
Toastmasters?
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Because I do see a lot of them when they get to the end of the semester,
Yeah.
they'll have to do a presentation.
Sure.
And there's
Yeah.
so much panic, anxiety. Professor, I don't feel good. I think I'm not going to. Listen, you just got to breathe.
Yeah.
You got to show up first, okay?
Right.
Show up, breathe, practice what you've been practicing, and you get through it. You just got to go through it.
Sure.
So definitely.
So you got a big party coming up, your 75th anniversary party, June 24th at Break Rock Brewery out of Marina Bay. Tell me about what's going to be happening for the anniversary party. Who knows best?
Well, go ahead, Suzette. Yeah.
Well, it's for our members.
Yes.
It's going to be for our members and their companions. And we have the Quincy Mayor, Tom
Yep.
Coach, who's coming, and Senator Walter Timilty, some notables from Toastmasters International. And it's really just an opportunity to celebrate, get together. We're going to have a combination of Indian food and pizza.
Oh, really?
And
Okay.
other things.
And of course, beer.
Of
And
course,
of course, beer.
It's at a
But it's
brewery,
just
so yeah.
We have such a wonderful club. We really like each other. There's some real friendships that have taken place and have been maintained through the years.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward. 75 years. It's
that's-
amazing.
Well, according to you, Suzette, it's one of the largest and oldest club chapters in Massachusetts.
Yes, founded in 1949.
Yeah.
Yes.
So post-World War II.
Yes,
folks came
exactly.
together, yeah.
Yeah.
And the number, actually, Toastmasters Quincy 675 indicates the number of chapters that are before Quincy. Is that right?
Yeah,
Worldwide?
no, worldwide,
Yeah.
because Toastmasters International, as clubs applied for chartership, they were given their chartership sequentially, and so globally. So
all right.
675 in our name denotes that we were the 675th club in the world to be chartered.
That's amazing.
It is.
Because how many
It
are
is.
there now? Do you know, even just roughly?
Oh, that's a really good
Thousands,
question.
right?
Caught me out.
I know.
Must be.
But everywhere, in every major country, there are Toastmasters
Sure. Right.
clubs. And if you're a member of Toastmasters, you can attend any club in the world and participate.
Okay. All right. It's not just men anymore, right? Because as I recall, it used to be separate for Toastmasters and Toast mistresses. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
correct, yeah.
Women were not admitted into joint chapter. You couldn't have chapters with men and women until 1973.
1973. That's, I mean,
Really
pretty
recent.
really, when you think about it. That's astounding. Yeah.
I know.
So thankfully that has changed. Right?
Oh, it has changed.
And
It
the
has
clubs
changed.
vary in size too,
Yeah.
Joe. They're sometimes they're as small as 8 to 10 members.
Okay.
Yes.
But ours is, like I said, probably on the larger side.
Yeah.
But they really fluctuate in size and scope of how big they are.
How do
Good
you
point.
start a Toastmasters club? Do you know how that works?
I'm not entirely sure. No.
Through the international.
You have to go through the
organization probably to get a
international-
charter,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm, There's an
The charter,
application
right?
process, and you have to have, I think, a minimum. I'm not exactly sure, but you have to have a minimum number. I think it's 10 members or
Okay.
something to be able to start a chapter.
Okay, all right. So, Mark, can we talk a little bit more about that night and how folks participate and what the goal is for the anniversary celebration?
The goal is just to have a good time.
Just to have a good
It's
time.
just a
Okay.
celebration,
All right.
right?
It's not a
So we have
fundraiser.
our members with guests, and as Suzette mentioned, some of the other people that are invited to the party too. But again, great location. We're really hopefully the weather will hold up too.
Yes.
But we're looking forward to because every time we get together, we always have fun. And one of the biggest strengths I think of the club is the the partnerships we all have
Yeah.
on building each other's successes, but also we have a lot of laughs, a lot of fun.
So is it outdoors? Is that why you're worried about the weather? Is it out on Marina Bay?
It's on
itself?
Marina Bay, but it's inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they do have an outside patio there.
Yes, they do,
But they
yeah.
were nice enough to give us the space for the event that night,
Okay.
and really
Now,
appreciate it.
it's a Toastmasters anniversary, so is there a guest speaker?
Funny enough, we don't have.
That would be a good time to put a
Well,
speaker.
we have a very dynamic president, Elizabeth Thomas,
Yes,
she is.
and there's no doubt in my mind that she's going to have some really wonderful
She
remarks
will fill
to
that
make.
space.
Okay.
Yeah.
There has to be a toast,
Yeah.
right?
We definitely will have a toast.
Can anybody attend the anniversary, or do you have to be a member?
We've limited to members
Members
and,
only.
and their guests. And,
Okay.
And so it's going to be about 50 people.
Would this be a
which
good
is
opportunity, Mark, do you think, to learn if you'd like to become a member at this particular event, or is that just reserved for a meeting?
Well, it's not a typical operational
Okay.
night, so I would say probably not, but please contact us
Yeah.
through the website if you're interested in finding out more about us or being a guest.
Okay, all right, very good. And again, the meetings are when and where?
Monday evenings, like I said, it's going to not have meetings July and August, but
Okay.
the rest of the year it's Monday nights at 7 o'clock, third floor library at Quincy College.
Okay, it's the Anselmo Library.
Anselmo, exactly.
Okay.
Right. Just come
Anything
in
else
and
you'd like to add?
The meetings
Yeah.
actually start at 7:15.
Okay.
However, they're really well attended. They're really well attended, and it really gives a person, the guest, a great idea of how we are and the culture of our club and
Yes.
all of that. So
Yeah, I
we
think a lot
really
of people
welcome
are, yeah.
people.
They like the structure too, because I don't know if we mentioned before, we have a set agenda.
Okay.
You know, there's a joke, there's a thought of the day,
Yep.
there's 2 or 3 or 4 speeches in the given night, then the evaluations. Everybody's usually impressed that we stick to the time, but also the agenda is very tight, and they appreciate that it's not just some kind of a loose meeting. So it's
Absolutely,
it's well
some structure
structured.
to it.
Yeah.
About how long
Well-structured,
does a
right.
meeting?
That's very true. Till
We
9
usually-
o'clock.
Yeah,
9
till about
p.m.
9.
And
quarter
we
to
end
9 or
early
something.
usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to
We're
know.
very, very organized.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mark brings up a very good
Yeah.
point. We are really aware of time and how precious it is to everyone.
Yeah, no, I think it's important. Absolutely, respect everybody's time, right? So that way they can plan their lives around
Right,
it
right.
Yes.
as well.
Exactly.
Thank you both. Really appreciate the opportunity to
Thank
talk
you,
about Toastmasters.
Joe.
You're very
Really
welcome.
enjoyable.
Hope you have a great anniversary celebration.
Thank you, and I hope you come.
I was going to say
Thank you.
he's invited.
Mhm, yes, definitely invited.
Only if I don't have to speak.
Yeah. We'll put you on the spot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks again. And thank you for watching us here at AM Quincy. I'm Joe Catalano. We'll see you next time.